been bad news while you locked up? Out of all the time you did, well, like what was some of the craziest shit you got into? You know, just from being there.
In jail, shit, a lot, man. I done stabbed niggas, you know. Division 9, you know, I was on the deck Whitehead, you know. Damn, that the whole deck scattered me and shit, cause you know, I was like terrorizing shit. Like I'm aggressive by nature. That's just in me. I don't know how to not be aggressive, especially if something ain't going my way. Like I'm always getting aggressive and shit. So, but we on the deck and shit, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, you know, playing crazy and shit on the deck or whatever. I'm locked in my cell. So they like, yeah, wait till bro come out, you know what I'm saying? This Big Mike shit, this came from some hoes on the block, you know what I'm saying? In them jails, they know me as Mike, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, they like, man, somebody go pop my mic out the cell. So I come out the cell and shit. So it's a bunch of like GDs and shit over there in the corner and shit, huddled up or whatever. And we like, man, I come out, I get right on that. They like, man, my mic, this ain't got shit to do with you. I'm like, it got everything to do with me, nigga. You feel me? So, he like show a little knife and shit like that. You feel me? And he like, shit, it is what it is then. I'm like, it is what it is then. I don't know. When niggas pull out now, they expect you to run. Like, you swing that bitch, I'm gonna grab your arm and I'm gonna disarm you with that motherfucker. Like, I ain't scared of that shit. You gonna have to stab me with that bitch. Or try. Right. But, you know, motherfucker was in there and that bitch started going up. He swung the knife. I grabbed him, slammed him on his shit. And then out of nowhere, one of the guys said came up, knocked his ass flat out. The man went to sleep, like
instantly.
Like in a ball, but his ass was in the air. You know the little gay shit them niggas doing in the county right now and shit. That shit they was doing. They pull his pants down and started spitting his ass. That was the wildest shit I ever seen.
Damn,
like,
so that shit be happening for real.
Hell yeah, nigga. Like them little niggas doing that shit. But it's really like the generation that's under us though.
Okay.
Like it was like the 18, 19, 20s and 21s. Like get that butt was the thing, you feel me? They wanted to do that shit. Like I ain't never did that shit. Vaughn ain't never did that shit. None of the older circle or none of that. We never did none of that shit. It's always little folks now. That's what they like doing. They feel like if they spit in your ass, they take your manhood. You gotta go check in the PC or you gotta kill somebody. But it's gonna be talked about for the rest of your time, the rest of your life. Because even the female COs and shit, they black in Division 9. So the female CO, you might have been a play ass nigga talking to the female COs. Now she's like, boy, watch out. You got your ass spinning. Get the fuck on. You feel me? So, like, it's some wild shit. There was some wild shit going on in that county, man.
What was some keys to survival?
The number one is to always be unpredictable, my nigga.
Okay.
That's the number one. Like, never let nobody figure you out.
Right.
Like, you gotta always, like, do something that's gonna shock a motherfucker. Like, oh, that goofy ass nigga crazy as hell. You see what the fuck he just did to dude? Ain't that the same nigga he was just sending a commissary for him or something like that? Or that was the same nigga he was just in the bathroom smoking weed with? So, like, you gotta be.
So you told us you was on a lot of backdoor shit in jail.
Man, I was fucking them niggas up. I'll be kicking it. I'll kick it with an op this day. I'll be kicking it with an op. Yeah, we cool. We'll out the band. You know what I'm saying? Be smoking his whatever, his weed or whatever and shit like that. And then the next day, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm finna knock this bitch ass nigga out. And then I knock him out. And then he like, man, what the what you on, bro? Get your bitch ass on.
What you on, gang?
You know what I'm saying? Get your bitch ass on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, one time I backdoored the wrong nigga. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I had a fucking pipe in my cell, you know what I'm saying? A knife in my cell and shit. And shit, he told them people that got me moved off the deck. You feel me? And he from 051, Young Money. His name is Rocky, and I'm putting that bitch out there. But, you know.
So when he told people you had a knife?
A banger in my cell to get me off the deck.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing too much to them niggas over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be in the dice game shooting dice. I'll lose my shit and take my shit back. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
So you a boogie?
I was on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be unpredictable. You feel me? You gotta let them niggas know, like, you don't know what the fuck I'm finna do next. You know what I'm saying? And me and Lil Bro was on the same deck. Me and Wooska. We was on the same deck with each other. He was right next door to me.
Really? So y'all did jail time together?
Yes.
I
When
ain't
he
know
was
that.
fighting his attempt, I was in there fighting that murder.
Okay.
He was right next door to me. I woke up one day, I seen him dragging his mattress on the wing. I'm like, yeah, I got a little bro over here now. Like I ain't gonna say control him, but I can kind of steer him away from all that shit he doing because he was in there fighting every day in the county and shit too. So I'm trying to help him. Like, bro, you gotta fight that case. You know what I'm saying? Then he started telling me people who was telling on him and shit. And then shit, I linked up with bro and them and shit, they made them calls and got their case dropped. That's how you got out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wrote, they signed out for David or whatever.
So look, speaking of, I'm glad you just said that's how he got out, right? Because I do kind of want you to break this down for us. Can you tell us how did King Von get out? Like, how did he get acquitted of the charges? Because you had recanted your statement?
King Von got acquitted of the charges because of me.
Right. So can you break that down for us, though?
All right. So what the states was on, they wanted him bad. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him bad. They was hearing too much. You know what I'm saying? I was more of the nigga who played silent. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't running to the internet like, yeah. You feel? No, that wasn't me. He was the nigga who ran to the internet. He ran to the internet. Every time something popped off, he ran to the internet. Go pick your homie up.
Like on Twitter.
Oh, damn.
Right.
What y'all gonna do about who out the band? Like,
right.
I never did none of that shit. So they wanted his ass bad because his name was out there and shit. So, basically, yeah, the states wanted them and shit. And like, we had separate jurors. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to go for self-defense. He was trying to go for, I want them. You know what I'm saying? So his jewelry was his jewelry. My jewelry was my jewelry. His jewelry was, he had, you know, some decent little black motherfuckers on there. You know what I'm saying? It's hardly ever rare to see some black people and shit on the jewelry and shit like that. But he had, like, out of that whole 12, he had like probably like 5 of them motherfuckers on the jewelry and shit.
Okay.
So the states like the states basically leaked it, basically said, well, if Wade basically don't go with his self-defense no more, we won't be able to do nothing with King Von. So basically, if I take back me saying, yeah, I did that shit, we out the band, you know what I'm saying, them niggas shot at me first, they wouldn't be able to do shit with him. You know what I'm saying? So me and him sat down and talked about it and shit, and he was like, man, bro, like, both of us can't be locked up in this bitch. You feel me? This was like at the end, you know what I'm saying? Close to the end. He like, man, we both can't be locked up in this bitch. Like, one of us gotta get out, bro. Like, he like, man, just go ahead. You feel me? Just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? At the time I thought about it, I was like, hell no, bitch. Like, see, that. But then I thought, well, I was like, man, it is what it is, man. Niggas don't, you know, see what's to it, shit. So I told their ass I ain't gonna go with the self-defense no more. They was blue. You feel me? They were like, he ain't going with the self-defense no more, shit. The statement is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. So when he went in there by himself and shit. He came back in and he was like, man, yeah, it's looking good. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm finna go do some time. It is what it is, though. Just go out there and do something with yourself. You feel me? Like, do something with yourself. But I also told his ass to leave my brother alone when he came home, too, though. But, you know, he went in there. He got the not guilty verdict. Shit.
Okay, cool. Now, hold on, because I'm still trying to pick it up. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm still trying to figure out how did he get off, but you still had to do some time.
Cause they was looking at me like...
Because you had already admitted?
Yeah, they was looking at me like, shit, you already done said it already that you shot him. They shot at you first.
Okay.
Shit. This was my jury, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how the jury looked at it like, shit, yeah, he admitted that shit. He said he shot dude and them and shit like that out the gun. But we don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, it was like a premeditated murder. You know what I'm saying? So I got acquitted of the murder in one of the attempts, but I got charged for the attempt on the nigga Timothy Robinson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the judge knew he was bogus and shit. He could have dropped the charges right then when I put in my retrial motion, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He knew it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But because of Vaughn getting off, he wanted me bad. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me bad. Told my ass, hell no. That shit dead. Take this 28, go do your time.
Mm-hmm.
At first I felt some type of way, but then after that I was like, shit, it is what it is. I lived in jail. Like growing up, I lived in that bitch. Like I know everything about it. I know how to move, you feel me? And I wasn't fucked up. I wasn't missing no commissaries. I got a mama, I got a dad, I got brothers, I got sisters, uncles, aunties, a wife. Shit, I ain't never missed no commissary. I was content with that shit. Until wifey came back into my life and she got the pussy.